So we'll be looking at basically mining operations, which entails the planning and execution. That's minerals processing. And then we'll also look at quality management. Those are the two items we'll be looking at. And we'll talk about the integration point between this particular process area. This is the production planning, and it's called PP. So in the course of this demonstration, I'll use the word PP, SAP PP, as SAP production planning, and SAP quality management. Those are the process areas within SAP that take care of minerals processing, basically. So I'll just, to guide us, we have these few slides we've put together. I'll just go on to, I'll move on to the next slide. These are the items in terms of the agenda we'll be discussing. We will talk about enterprise structure, what it means in SAP, and how it relates to our operations. Then we'll talk about master data, process planning, mine ore processing, then quality management bits, and then we can take questions. As I move on, if we have any questions, please just speak, because I might not see because I'm presenting, I might not see when you indicate that you want to speak. So if you have any questions, please just speak. Then I proceed to the first slide proper. So what is enterprise structure? So enterprise structure is the concept of SAP that maps our organization onto the SAP system. So we have our at the top level for us within production planning, it's a company code. So this company code is usually defined by the finance team. And we, within production planning, we align or we adopt the company code that has been created. So Mika will be created, a company code, at least a company code be created for the business, and then we would adopt that company code and proceed to define our plans within our own process area, and then the storage location. So what was the plan? Like I said, company code will be created by the finance team. So my colleagues, while they speak, if we have our finance colleague in the call, we'll discuss more about the company code. Like I said, we will adopt the company code that has been created. So what's the plan? Plan refers to where operations takes place, where the operations basically take place, mineral processing, where mineral processing takes place. Our mines, our sulfuric acid plants, also all of that will be created, map on the system as plants. And usually on the system, plants are alphanumeric, four characters, alphanumeric. So in the course of the project implementation, we will define the plant codes. So once we execute transactions within the plant, because they've been assigned to the company code, automatically value postings take place in the company code automatically based on the setup that would have been done. So for us, we'll be executing mineral processing transactions in terms of quantity. I mean, in tons, in volume, in whatever quantity units we will be consuming, we'll be producing, we'll be procuring. You understand? But of course, our colleagues in procurement will be procuring externally procured items, and to specify the plant code, which would have been defined. Like I said, automatically those postings will now take place in the GL account within this company code that these plants will have been assigned to. Then within the plant, we have, for example, we will have what we call storage locations. So these storage locations, they refer to areas within the plant where items are stored, areas within the plant. So valuation of materials within a plant is it's done at the level of the plant. Valuation is done at the level of the plant, but first to enable us separate stock, for example, to enable us separate our cobalt powder from our copper cathode sheets. To enable us separate all the different materials, the reagents that I use, all of that is we do that based on storage location. So storage locations is a lower enterprise unit within the plant. So we'll see a graphical illustration of this to drive home the point. So we have at this level, top level, we have our company code. Like I said, we can now have plants beneath the company code. Then we can now have storage locations, raw material storage locations, where raw materials that are externally procured are stored, semi-finished material storage locations, Then we can also have finished goods storage location where our finished products, that's our sellable products like our copper and our cobalt, they are stored. So this enables storage location enables us to differentiate these particular materials. You understand? Basically, that's what it does. This is just, we have just gone ahead to bring out the enterprise structure that concerns this process area. But for us to see it holistically for all the process areas, this is a bigger picture of enterprise structure. So if we compare this graphic to what we saw earlier on, we will see that the plant is here, then our storage locations are beneath it. Then all that process areas, they also have their own enterprise structure. For example, if you look at this particular, you can see enterprise structure for sales related enterprise structure. We would see enterprise structure for HR, or we see enterprise structure for materials management, what we call SAP takes care of inventory management, procurement. So we see the enterprise structure related. So all of these, they are all related or assigned to the company code, basically. And the company code, this is done within finance, assignment to the controlling area. This is a bigger picture of the enterprise structure. So SAP is actually integrated. What happens within production operations, that's minerals processing. Because this assignment has been done, then everything, all the postings, reports can be done at the company code level. So this is just a bigger picture of the enterprise structure. Then I move on to master data. We said we'll look at after enterprise structure, master data. So,
excuse me.
Any questions?
Can you go back on the for this slide? Yeah, just a minute. Just give me a moment. Okay. So for every company code, I can have multiple plans, right?
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. As many as plans you need.
Okay, that's fine. Please go ahead.
Okay. So within the company code, we can decide to say we can decide to say while doing the project, we can decide to say our sulfuric acid plant, it's a different plant code from the solvent extraction and the electrowinning plant. We can decide to have two different plants or 3 different plants. So we can actually have multiple plants in a company code. And a plant can only be assigned to one company code. Any plant we have can only be assigned to one company code. A plant cannot be assigned to two company codes. It must belong to only one company code. But multiple plants can belong to single company code. So those I think if I go back yeah. So you see here, if I just go back, I just went back a few steps, one slide or two. So a plant is assigned to a company code basically. So single or multiple plants can be assigned to only one company code. So a plant cannot be assigned to multiple company codes. Okay.
Just one small clarification. Even if I have multiple plants within the same company, say like even if their products are different, I'll be able to manage that, right?
Yes, yes. You will be able to manage. Yes, we will be able to manage that. Yes, definitely. Yes.
You have multiple production lines. Okay, one is producing sulfuric acid, another is producing, copper or cobalt or any of these items. Okay, so we have 2 different production lines. Say like for multiple, if I would say on one plant, there is a sulfuric acid, one is the copper, one is the cobalt. So
yes.
I can have those multiple plants.
Definitely, yes. Yes, you can have those multiple plants within the same company. Yes. Okay.
Okay. So each would be a separate profit center for me. I can have.
So we can have within finance. Within finance, that will be defined within finance. That is part of the setup that we done within finance. So each of them, the cobalt can be a different profit center from the copper for reporting purposes, for analysis and all of that in the future or on a daily basis.
Yeah,
So-
so I think to Ashwini's point, Ashwin, I think you're asking question is that a plant also can be a profit center. Each plant can be a profit as well. I think that's-
Exactly.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's very flexible and scalable system as for HANA, and you can define based on the choices you make, the business decisions you make within the Somika. You can define.
Reason why I'm saying is because the financial, the expenses and everything, they are maintained separately for each project center, profit center, sorry.
Correct. Yeah. That's how it works in SAP as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Any more questions around this before we move on to master data? Okay. For master data, these are the master data for SAP production planning and SAP quality management. So the first 5 we have the production planning related, and the other 3 we have the needs. They are all management related. I'll just try and